But it's like you could go back and forth with a female, but when it's like something else, it's like, okay, you win. I'm walking away because you sat there and told me everything else about you, but you couldn't tell me that. And then the way I found out on the blog, that's like the most embarrassing moment ever in my life. Yeah.
What's your headspace in this moment right now?
My headspace is just to be still.
What's that is? Be still.
Like be still. Like which okay, hold on.
When, nah, it's cool.
Okay.
When you say be still, that means in this moment or in life.
Be still in life. That's where my headspace is due to just being on the go. And have you ever just been on the go and you just don't stop? And you finally you finally stop. And when you stop, you just still.
You just what?
When you stop, you're just still
Just still.
because you're always on the go. And when you're always on the go, it's like your life move fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you just and when I say your life moving fast, it's moving fast from betrayal, from hurt, from pain, from just trauma. And so you still keep going. You're going, and you just haven't stopped to even just sit and say, you know, all that happened, but you don't want to dwell within everything that happened. So you keep going. But when God finally like make you be still, it makes you just like really sit in that moment and realize everything that everything that transpired in your life. And it's like a scary feeling because you have everyone looking at you,
Mm.
but you don't have nobody to look at. So you have the world looking at you, you have people that adores you, praise you, love you, and it's like you're afraid to go to someone to talk about how you feel because you don't have no one to go to. But people say you have people to go to, but you don't have nobody to go to because it's not safe. Nowadays, back in the days, it used to be like safe when you could go to somebody and it just, but now it's just like you got to keep everything and talk to God about it.
You think it used to be safe back in the day? Though?
Like, remember the OGs, like our grandmother and our
Grandmother. Yeah,
grandfather,
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
type of safe. It's not like that no more. So it's just like within generation after generation after generation, everything changes.
Do you mean safe to just cry to with them or safe to fully express yourself? Because I don't know if I had the feeling of like safe to fully express myself when I was younger, no matter if it's grandparents, friends, and stuff like that. Because I don't feel like we fully understood, like even what we were feeling back then. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, but when you are raised by like a strong individual and they set that foundation of safe around you, then that's when you feel safe. Nowadays, today, you could have history with somebody and they can end up flipping on you just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you thought it was safe, but it's not safe. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can there's been people that I've been friends with for many years, and everything that I told them I thought it was safe, but it wasn't safe.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So
Why are you running? Because you're not a track star.
I run because it's like if I fall or fall back, nobody's gonna have my back. So I keep going, like I can have family, but everybody got their own lives, right?
Yeah.
And I don't take that from them, right? But at the same time, we came in this world by ourselves, so we gonna leave by ourselves, right? So I keep going because it's just something within me that tell me to keep going. Like I can't stop. So that means I be walking out on faith with a lot of things in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why a lot of things happen in my life because I just walk out on faith. And not it don't have to be bad. It could be good, but it's just this moment in my life I'm still because of, you know, everything that has transpired in my life.
Yeah.
I'm just taking like a step back and reflecting on who I am and what causes me to actually keep going. Why, this is the first time in my life that I'm actually still. I actually went on a mental break. So a mental break is like not doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just basically finding out who I am, what's really my purpose. Why do I act like that? Find out who Chevelle really is. And it's accountability as well too. Cause there were some things that, if I can rewind time, I will pretty much rewind time and do it differently. But it wasn't done differently, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that has a lot to do with trust as well too. I don't trust nobody.
Not one soul.
God,
Mm.
just because I've been through so much,
Mm.
like year after year after year. Like, how do you, okay, last year I had a fire and I lost everything. And imagine going home and you got your clothes on and that's all you got and everything is gone from your birth certificate, your social to everything and you have nothing. Then you go into you still going. You haven't even had time to even cry about it. You have not cried about what you going through, like not having nothing. And then you have a child like I do, and you keep going. You're going, you're going, you're going, you're filming, you're going. You don't have nobody to like. You got your mom, but it's like you're the strong one.
Yeah.
And people don't check on the strong ones. And so, ooh, it's like that's why I say that's why I'm still because it's just like it's like guys like you need to be still.
Mm.
You don't need to keep going because after that, then you go through a public embarrassment. Then from a public embarrassment, it's just people not doing you right, friends not doing you right, business not, going the right way. So it's like, okay, I'm not about to stop. Y'all think y'all about to stop me, but then it's like, you know what? Sometimes you need to reevaluate everything and just be still. and don't move until God tell you to move. Instead of just keep going, sometimes you just gotta be still
Yeah.
and not move off of, oh, because I want to do this. Oh, you need to just, you better do this, girl. This is a good deal. Or you better, sometimes it's like, no, you don't need to do nothing, but just be still and really grasp on everything that has happened in your life.
Yeah.
Really check yourself, check accountability, check who you are. So it's like a still of healing, you know?
It sounds like to me it you need a water break. So, in sense of letting those tears out and stuff like that.
Because I ain't never cried.
Yeah. And when you think in the sense of basketball or sports or anything, even LeBron James, he gets tired of running up and down the court and he needs a break. So the coach is calling him to the side to sit down. Now let's evaluate what's going on the court, because eventually you start missing layups and stuff like that because you're so fatigued.
Yeah.
So when you say your business and all of that is like it ain't going right, friends is not
It's like
acting
back to back,
accordingly.
back to
Yeah,
back, back to back, back to back, and then when the TV world wants you even more, it's like you want to be still. You can't move. You just like you already been through so much that you just need a mental break of being still and just seeing what God has for you.
yeah.
Do you still want to do this? Do you still want to go this way or do you want to go this way? So it's it's like a season of being still of healing,
Yeah.
healing the correct way and not the wrong way.
So when I talked to you before, and we was voice messaging, and
Yeah.
you said you need a platform like this to be able to share your story, be transparent, be accountable. Also, so people aren't just grabbing what they get from clips
Yeah.
and they get to know Shavel Moore. What is it you want them to know about Shavel Moore?
That I'm human and that I pretty much make mistakes just like everybody else make mistakes. I'm not perfect. And so for me to pretty much have the whole world being engaged to the reality TV Chevelle versus Chevelle. Like Chevelle is very kind. She has a big heart. She love hard. Chevelle is very humble. Chevelle is very transparent and honest and real. And the image that people got is like she's naive. She's gullible. Oh, I can't believe she did. They have different images, but that's not who I am. Yeah, I made mistakes. Who don't make
Yeah,
mistakes? So you judge me because I'm on TV, but then you probably behind closed doors doing the same exact thing that I'm doing, but the world don't see it. But they see me because I'm open and I'm being transparent with my life. So I would just want people to understand that I was on an assignment. I don't, like, and when the assignment is me being me being transparent, but the way that I was judged from just different clips, that's not who I am because that's not how I was raised. That's called being blindsided. And that's accountability, like being blindsided about a lot of things that I knew better. I knew better, but I just didn't do better. So that was like a wrongdoing on my behalf. And I can't take back everything that has happened in my life. I can only move forward and let them see a different light and a different version of who I really am because I'm a good mother. I
yeah,
love my daughter like I would do anything for my child. And that's who I live for is my child. So I just want them to get like a healthy version of me and not a reality TV version of, oh, that's, the girl that was talking to that, or just feeling sorry for me when I'm just human, just like everybody else is,
Yeah.
you know?
You seem like a self-aware person, very knowledgeable. So, what would make a person who's self-aware and knowledgeable of the situations actually continue to go through what you go through? Because you said you knew, you said the accountability part is that you knew or whatever, but you continue to do it. So, what would make a person continue to do something that's hurting them? Maybe is it hurting? Would you say you were hurting and continue to do it, or because you said something you knew it wasn't right, obviously.
I guess it was like maybe the history, you know, when a person's not good for you and you still constantly, having dealings with that person, whether it's you get so many tries, right? With, how can I put this? You could be friends with somebody for a long time, for probably like 10 plus years,
Uh huh.
and y'all going through it just like a relationship. But there comes a time where you outgrow it. You're done. You can't take that hurt, so you pretty much keep. Well, you just part ways, and it's called. I wouldn't say it's called outgrowing the situation, but walking away, being cordial about it. You know, I wouldn't say stay in a situation because you're hurt, because I did that, because I was hurting behind closed doors. While the world, I guess I was just full of the world seeing the TV. Like, oh, let me still keep doing it because they love us. You get what I'm saying? Instead of just, you're not happy. Why won't you just leave? This is not what you need to go. Why are you continuing to keep going? Oh, because I love them, or and sometimes it's just that's what's called, once again, being still. But I kept going, just to. I guess now I'm doing what makes me happy now, and what pleases Chevelle,
Yeah.
and that's what keeps me going. When you hurt so bad, you don't want that hurt no more. So you meditate, you pray that hurt off you. And sometimes it could take more than 3 months. I've been praying for close to almost 6 months, and finally at a different stage in my life. And then it just didn't happen for like a overnight prayer. It's like, cause spirits is real, and soul ties is real too.
Yeah.
It's Soul ties are strong, and you gotta fight them off you. And like, it be some evil soul ties that don't even really belong inside of you, and you just have to pray your way out of it. And it can be hard. It's easy saying it than actually really doing it and putting in the work, you know? So prayer helps my hurt go away.
With your life on display on TV and all of that, obviously you may not look at the comments no more, but there was a time where you probably looked at comments or whatever, because you wouldn't know people were judging you if you
Right.
didn't see some type of comments and stuff.
Yeah.
So, can you remember like the first time you, because that was a new world for you to be putting your life on display. So
Cause yeah.
can you remember the emotion? It don't have to be the first comment, but like navigating through that first few comments you might have seen, and you kind of like, man, what the?
Um I remember when someone said, had made a comment, said I was a bad mother for introducing my daughter to a man that was incarcerated. And then another comment was, he gonna use her. Or another comment was, um, this is a train wreck. All she gonna she's all she doing is she's being used. her she's not a good mother, or she's been gullible, and she sees that he's not really for her, and she's blindsided. But you know what? When I think about it, when in the first of those comments, I got mad. I got upset because I didn't know. Because that was my first time talking to someone incarcerated. So it's like people say, "Oh, well, you should have known that he'd been in jail for 12 years." Okay, cool, got you. But what about somebody that's fairly new of talking to somebody that's been incarcerated that long? I was head heels. I didn't think about how his mental was, how his mental would be when he come home. All the things that you would go through with a person coming out of prison that long. You get what I'm saying? So it didn't make me question my motherhood because I know I'm a good mother, but it just made me feel like you don't even know me. So why are you even saying all this? It had me in my feelings. I'm like, he not even using me. He love me. Like what you like, y'all don't
Yeah.
even know our story.
I
Y'all
mean,
not even living
like a
with
lot of
us.
women would be.
You know, y'all see
Yeah.
5 minute clip of everything. You don't know what's going on in behind closed doors.
Yeah.
You know, so it just made me feel some type of way. I'm just like, whatever. Y'all just hating on us because y'all don't want us to win. Like
Right.
it was just those type of feelings and reaction when the comments came. And but it just we're trained to not read the comments. But that moment, it was just like I was new to it as well. So I was like, why they saying this about me?
Did
I'm not even like that. I want to get on there and tell everybody how I feel, but it's just like it was just when it's so many, it's just like,
it make you want to stop
yeah,
doing filming?
it did. It made me quit. I quit. I quit a couple times,
Uh huh.
and I was still asked to be back. Like, come on, we no, I understand. We need you. You know, so I'm just like, no, like y'all just want to use me. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you know, it's like okay, let me continue to do it. You know, maybe this is maybe this is what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
Not knowing that it came with everybody want to be on TV, but they don't understand what you got to go through to be on TV. The life that you know, people feel like how can I let me be very transparent. It's not easy to display your life in front of the world like that, especially when you have a child. I think what I regret was putting my daughter on TV.
Yeah.
That's what I regret. I feel like I wish I was on TV and not put her on TV just because so she went in. Because when I was younger, my mom, she didn't bring no men around us. We didn't know. You know, I knew about one person, but if I it would be so basically I just, hey, come on. I just put her on there because she's a part of me. Can't leave her. Then I would be a bad mother, right? Oh, you gonna put a man before your child? So when I put her attached to me, it was a problem. But it was my daughter. She was what, 3 years old? She been on TV since she was what, started three, she's 9 years old.
6 years.
Been on TV that long. So it's like you what to do. One minute y'all saying I'm doing too much, then the next minute, okay, Chevelle, you know. So it's like if I could rewind time back, I should have did a little bit different.
You probably would have eventually put her on TV, even if you weren't trying to put her on TV, because you being on reality TV, they'd have flipped it on you and said, "How are you doing reality TV and you don't have your kid? Is she not part of your reality?" Type deal. So you probably would
Is
have got the pressure would have got to you
the
anyway.
pressure with a guy, but some people don't have their kids on reality TV because they don't want the world to pretty much see them in that type of light.
Hmm.
They can know that I have a daughter, but they just haven't seen her yet.
Okay.
I could have just waited instead of, when she got a little bit older or something, instead of putting her out there that fast.
Yeah.
Because now she's out there. Now when she walks, oh, that's go Maila right there,
Hmm.
So it's just, when it comes to that, it's doing better, accountability, just accountability from just jumping right head in the field without just being still and saying, is this what you really want to do? Or are you just doing this because, So I think that was a big problem, me just jumping without just sitting and just thinking, is this the right thing to do? And then it's always that intuition that's in your head, that little voice that will tell you, don't do it. Or, and that's the voice that you should be listening to,
Yeah.
but you don't. You just jump. You know what I'm saying? You jump without listening to that little voice. And that little voice be right. I kid you not. Any situation I've been in life, that little voice told me, don't do it. Oh, that play is good. Do it. And I'll do that play and that play be good. But when it comes to a man, it's like, why are you telling me don't do it? Because I want to do it. How you gonna tell me not to do it? That's what I want to
That's what
do.
you want to do.
I
Yeah.
want to do this,
Yeah.
but it be telling you don't do it, and you do it, and so it's like, you know what? You did it, so now you have to learn your lesson.
I've been knowing you for quite a while.
Yeah.
And as long as I know you, you never really had a problem getting men or getting, you know what I'm saying, like getting attention or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I would wonder what attracts a woman like you to somebody who's locked up when you have all this that is free. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was something different. See, I never talked to a man that was incarcerated, so it was like, how you go to the store and you get some candy and you never tried the candy before. And you want to try that. It's a new sneaker out there that I want to try, and I don't know how it's gonna taste, but I want to try it just because I never had it before.
Yeah.
And so because I never had it, it was just like, can nobody tell me what to do? I'm grown,
Yeah.
So it was just like trying something different, but not knowing what I'm trying. I didn't read the ingredients. I was supposed to, I skipped the ingredients.
Yeah.
Why did I skip the ingredients? I should have never skipped the ingredients. I should have pretty much read it very carefully, but I didn't. I kept going. That's why I'm saying you going. Oh, that candy
Yeah.
look good. You seen the promo on the TV, the commercial of it? That's
Yeah.
fire. I ain't about to read it. I know it's gonna be good.
You ain't scanning with that Yuka app. You know that
Ooh,
Yuka
I
app?
want it so
Yeah,
bad.
Yuka app will
I
tell you if
gotta
it's
have
hazardous
it.
and all that.
I gotta have it,
Yeah.
And when you eat it, it's like, yeah. But then you keep eating it, and it's kind of stuck in your tooth. It's like, this can't even get it out. But you got to keep getting some. You got to drink some water or some soda or something, whatever you drink. And it's like it's still in there, like, And then it's like, okay, I don't want that Snicker no more. Like it wasn't even good. Did you know that the ingredients had all this in it? You didn't know that? You should have read it. You should have read carefully. But in life, some people skip over those little things. They just go right ahead, like, hey, I'm just about to jump into it.
Yeah.
And that's I'm human. I jumped into something that I knew better.
So, I like that, by the way, what you did with that, the whole candy thing. But
Oh, for real
yeah,
though. That's yeah.
you, you know, online, I mean, TV is edited clips and stuff like it don't even always go the way the edits portray it to go.
Right.
So we can never understand the full lifestyle unless you are in the lifestyle of and I'm not talking about reality TV. I'm talking about the reality of being with somebody locked up on the person. I was gonna say woman, but it's men messing with women though. that are locked up too. So we
Yeah.
can never understand what y'all fully going through unless we told. Like, what is that life? Because it's hard being locked up, but it's also hard being outside and being locked up. You know what I'm saying? Your love is locked up. So what is that day to day like? Like, what is that process?
Of talking to somebody incarcerated.
Incarcerated. Like, what is your duties? Like
Oh, well, I
your
could talk about myself. Uh, when we were together, I felt like I was locked up as well too, because it's like, okay, he about to go, he in the hole, so I gotta write him. I gotta write him every chance I can get. Okay, he out the hole. So it's like, okay, I gotta go see him, even though it's 3 hours away. I gotta go see him every week to feel a part of him. It's a sacrifice.
yeah.
And people, another thing that got to me is like, they said, well, how much you spent? And I'm like, I spent this amount. Girl, you's crazy. But y'all understand jail is expensive.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand. You gotta put money on the phone calls. You gotta put money on the books. And they got different stuff for everything. Commissary, they got pictures. It's just, oh, you bring Taco Bell one day. You just, it's different. That stuff adds up, especially if the person got like, he did his last bid was like 2.5 years. So I was riding with him for 2.5 years. It's like I blocked everybody out and was basically focusing on everything that he needed to prepare himself from coming to come home. But I didn't check to think this man is gonna have so much that he has missed out on life. Like he went in at 17. 17. Imagine. I had to like one day I just said to myself, I'm like, dang, if I went to jail at the age of 17 and missed out on so much in life, like how was he even ready to even be in a relationship?
I
So
know
now,
this.
so now it was just like jail talk. But mind you, I loved it because I never did it
Yeah, well,
before.
yeah.
It was just it was exciting to me, you know? And it's like it's like a mental because when they're going, you don't know what they're going through in there, but you pray and you encourage them. You encourage them. You get their spirits high. You let them know everything gonna be okay. You ride. I was a writer.
Yeah.
Like can no family tell me what to do? I'm gonna be there for him no matter what. But you just never. It's called our story still being written. You never know how the story gonna end. You would think that you're gonna be with a person forever, think you get married, all type of stuff, and they ain't. That's not how your life's supposed to be. It's like you can plan. That's why I don't plan things anymore. I used to be planning stuff. I'm like, wait, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna do this. Now I just live life day by day because you just never know, and being with a guy incarcerated is not for the weak. You have to be strong. You have to be a strong woman to deal with everything that comes with from mental emotions, just everything that person is dealing with, because that person's fighting demons in real life. Men, they low key fight demons. They just don't have a voice. So sometimes I ask my homeboys, "How your mental doing?" Because nobody never asked that question. How your mental doing? Your mental could be so messed up, but you've been so strong. So I was being so strong, and you got to be so strong talking to somebody that's incarcerated because you have your goods, you have your downs. When they in the hole, you feel like, dang, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to go there because I'm gonna wait till he get out the hole. I want to ride this ride. So that's why when a person do a person wrong, it's like I could have been doing this, I could have been doing that, while I was just being loyal to a person that just, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, a person know that you a rider for them, but they still a person that been in jail for so many years, they still gotta live life. They have not lived life yet. So now I feel like what's crazy is I feel like I was selfish. Who am I to, because I wanted love, right? Who am I to say, well, you know what, when you come home, we doing this, we're gonna do that. He agreed, right? But I should have allowed him to do whatever he wanted to do. And when I say allow him to do whatever he wanted to do, not be in a relationship. I still should have got to know him a little bit more instead of knowing him. See, I fell in love with the jail version. And when he got out, I didn't know that version. That version was like, dang, well, I did 2.5 years, and that's not, he said all this, but that's not happening. So now I'm wasting another year. He gonna change. And then another year. Okay, well, it's getting better. So basically you seeing a person potential, but that potential don't go nowhere. It's still stuck in the same space that you don't know nothing about. You don't know that version.
Mm-hmm.
So versus the version, I fell in love with the version in jail versus the version that I received. And I think that pretty much was a big flag. You know, not even a big flag. It was more of accountability because once again I knew better. I ignored the flags. You know, I should have not ignored it because it's like, okay, he gonna change. He gonna, this is not gonna be like this, and it continue to be exactly for what it was. When your friends, family tell you, oh, it's like, no, y'all don't know because this is our relationship. You're not in my home. You don't know what he says to me. You don't know what he does and everything, but it's just a lot, and it's like attachment because it's like, man, I ain't going nowhere. I've been holding him down for all these years, and this is what I get. No, I'm gonna just stay right here because I held him down this long. So
Yeah.
why I gotta move around? That's just like a regular relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but because he in jail, it's different, right? So it's like a relationship. Like you could be in a relationship for somebody for 11 years, and you like, oh, so you think that this is happening and I'm just gonna leave? I've been sticking around for this long and everything, but once again, once you start having accountability and knowing better and getting a healthy version of yourself, then that's when things changes and you do better.
Was you made to feel bad a lot when you when you wasn't coming through? Sometimes, like when he in there, like, oh, I need this. Oh, I can't do it right now. Damn, that's fucked up. You ain't got my back and stuff. Like, was it a lot of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I felt like I was like I had to do it. Whatever he said, I had to do it. And I felt like, and when I couldn't do it, I felt like, dang, like he mad at me. He ain't gonna call me. He ain't gonna, he ain't talking to me because I didn't do what he asked me to do. But at the same time, you gotta understand it's still real life on the outside. You still going through paying bills, doing other things on the outside, and you still gotta take care of somebody in the inside.
Yeah.
So that's a lot
Yeah.
of dealing with a person that wants you to do everything, and it's like the moment that you stop and you forget something, it's like a World War III.
Yeah.
So it could be very disturbing. It could be very like I'm not doing enough.
Your mind was being manipulated.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
maybe you felt like you had a sense of control over a person that was locked up and they couldn't get out. Maybe before you got with him, you've dealt with other dudes who were free and just did you any way they wanted to. So
Yeah,
this man is,
it was different.
you
But I
thought it
got
was
to know
different.
the version of him, the inside.
Yeah.
He was a different version than coming out.
He was what he had to be because he was locked up,
Exactly.
or what he felt he had to show you. Because he could have still been doing whatever he was doing locked up too. You know how they say they have multiple people, multiple women when they locked up and stuff.
Yeah.
They just tell you what you want to hear. He's telling you all the right things. He got all the time to in the world to give you what you need to hear. You know what I'm saying?
But my thing is, Yeah, when you getting to know a person
Yeah,
incarcerated, they tell you everything.
for sure.
They tell you all the secrets, but they miss that one secret that they don't tell you.
Hmm.
And it's just like, dang, you told me this though. Why you couldn't tell me that? Like you just be blindsided.
Hmm.
And that's what I was. I was blindsided. And when you get when it's like Stevie Wonder, when you're so blind, everybody's been in love. When you're in love is a powerful drug. Do you hear me? Like a powerful drug. But when you like really step back and you just outweigh the situation and really be still, it's like, what was you thinking? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? You should never did that. You should never. I think my accountability for that particular situation is I should have allowed that man to be a man. And when I say a man, is I kind of jumped the gun of doing stuff for him.
Hmm.
He didn't know how to drive, so I taught him how to drive, right? But when I say held him down, like anytime he asked me for something, I'm like, okay, I got you. I got your
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? And I should have just like, hey, so you got 2 weeks to get a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he felt like, hey, the TV is the job. But like, no, that you got to do more than that. That's just that's a hobby. Not saying it's a hobby, but it's a hobby. So you got to have other income coming in as well
Hmm.
too. But it's like, okay, you know what? I didn't allow him to, be the man that I know he could have been instead of just basically so a girl basically just doing for you. You
Yeah.
are you gonna want to work if somebody's just doing for you?
Most
Most men is
most
not
people
gonna
not.
they're not
Yeah.
gonna want to
Just
work. Why? Man, she doing this. You know what I'm saying?
and let
But
me do what I want.
right. And then my thing about it is it's like when you try to cut it, it's like a pacifier. Like, okay, I'm not doing that no more. That's when things go left.
Yeah.
In the relationship could go good. It's just like, oh well, you ain't doing this. So, it goes downhill. So when that pacifier comes out of the mouth and you're being still, like I can't do it.
Why you think women so easily blinded like that? Like,
It's a lot of women that's like that.
no, I'm saying like y'all could be doing like everything, and then we throw like one or two things that you not doing, and you like, damn, I could do that better. He is right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you keep you forget what he's not doing.
exactly. And I don't, you know what? I don't understand it because it's like we can forget, what he's like. He could say, you know what, you should have did that or whatever. I'm like, well, dang, you forget about everything that you had basically told him what to do, and it just goes out the window.
Maybe it's because you don't want to be made to feel like you're not a full woman.
Or the full package.
The full package, yeah.
The
So
full
you,
package. You want to just basically, I'm that girl.
yeah.
Like, you know, it's
But it never ends
no.
because we're gonna keep. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing because it
Yeah.
works,
Yeah.
and you're easy to manipulate.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's what happened.
yeah,
Accountability, like manipulate what?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you say you got to be strong to deal with a man in prison like it's a heavy weight load, but it's also at points if your mental ain't strong, is weak because you're not being strong enough for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not being strong enough to take care of yourself and what
But
you
my
need.
thing is, everybody has been, and people like, girl, you should have known better. You should have did that and all that. But everybody has been in that one relationship that had them fucked
For
up.
sure.
Sorry, that had them
No, you
messed
can
up. You get
express
yeah,
yourself.
that had them messed up. Like could that you got that one relationship that took you out. It's like, dang, how so it's like nobody's relationship is perfect. It's just mine's is displayed on TV.
So everybody that watches this doesn't know who you are, aren't aware of the situation you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what was it that had you fucked up?
You know what's crazy is I feel like I had reached my karma.
Talk to me.
I might have like, when you young, you basically, you a little player.
Yeah.
You just out doing, you not caring. You just, yeah, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
talking to this person over here.
Yeah. You
So
yeah, you
and
thought you was her.
I'm talking to a couple people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she,
Yeah.
and then they finally come and hunt you. And that hunt is like something that leaves a scar on you. And the scar basically, when you're bleeding and you patch it up with what some alcohol or peroxide, on your
Mhm.
on your scar. I never experienced like I experienced being cheated on, right? But being cheated on by a woman and then have him cheated on by a man back to back.
Like, let's be clear what you're saying, because it sounds like you saying you got cheated on by a woman. I got
No.
cheated on by.
Okay, so he cheated on me
Yeah.
with another young lady
Okay.
and had a skeleton in the closet that he didn't tell me about.
This is his one secret.
That one secret
Yeah.
that he didn't disclose to me. And thank God, that I'm great, right? Because a lot of people don't get great. But it's like you could go back and forth with a female, but when it's like something else, it's like, okay, you win. I'm walking away because you sat there and told me everything else about you, but you couldn't tell me that. And then the way I found out on the blog, that's like the most embarrassing moment ever in my life.
It was a read. It was in a magazine or something, or like it. I mean, like on a post, or it was
No,
video of it.
it was the person sent the video
Got it.
and basically went to the blogs about it. And that's the flag of being on TV is like everything is public. So you basically I had like a embarrassment moment in public. You know how you can have an embarrassing moment privately, but nobody got to know about it because it's quiet.
Yeah.
Well, it happened in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So it didn't give me a choice to breathe. I had to keep running. I had to keep going. Like nobody, like that's why I said it's like that could have took you. That could take a person out mentally, physically, emotionally. Because it's like I've been around you for 7 years. My daughter's been around you for 7 years. My daughter was 3. She's 9. So you gotta understand that the reason why you be still on a mental break is because that stuff like that takes healing. That takes talking to a therapist. That takes a lot of praying because sometimes your mind can be like, just playing tricks with you on, doing something that you regret
Yeah.
or just basically, it's just in that moment, it's like, dang, I wish I wasn't on TV or I wish, that could have been private, but it wasn't.
So the person that came out with it on the blog, you just instantly believed it when you see it.
Yeah, because they showed me receipts and only I knew about those receipts. Like somebody sending you a receipt and like only you would know about that receipt. You be
Yeah.
like, dang, okay, that's my room. That's my bedroom.
Oh,
So when it's personal like that, and that person not supposed to know my how my bedroom is, that's personal. That's deep. So it's like a lot of things could have easily like took me out suicidal because it's like, dang, people gonna be thinking, you know, it's just like at that moment, I just wanted a hug because I'm like, dang, I reached my karma. That's what I get for, you know, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I'm my worst enemy, and I don't have any enemies, but it's like, it's like, damn, maybe all the stuff that I did when I was younger, it caught up to me, and now I'm just being still and evaluating how to, go about on certain situations, certain things, like that situation broke me, broke broke me because I was blindsided and I didn't read the ingredients carefully. And when I say carefully, getting to know him, like I feel like it's just I rushed and I didn't be still. I rushed it. And that's pretty much my accountability in my season is stop rushing stuff. Just be still. Oh, I gotta do this. No, you don't have to do that.
Right.
You ain't gotta do that. You just gotta be still and do it when it's time. The timing was not the time, but it was the time.
You think had you because you talked about being exposed online and you were on a reality show.
Yeah.
You think had it not been exposed online, y'all have been able to more talk through it behind the scenes or whatever. Like if it was brought to because you let them get away with a woman, which is kind of normal thing,
Yeah.
but the fact that you're so embarrassed by the world, you put this in front of the world. You think if this had came to you behind the scenes and it never got exposed, the process would have been different. Maybe you probably would have considered some other things or not.
I was asked that question before, and what's crazy, I was talking to my cousin D Mark, and I was just like, I cannot believe this. Like, I was just like, I felt like if he would have told me, you know, that, because, who wants to tell somebody that they love, hey, I just did this, I'm on the down low, or that, or you know what? When I was 17, I got raped, or whatever happened in jail.
Yeah.
But if he would have said that, then maybe a different view would have happened. But honestly, we wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
We was not gonna be together. But I would have. At least you would have told me. You didn't tell me. You didn't give me a choice. You made the choice for me. So when you make a choice for somebody,
Hmm.
what do you expect to do? You to some now listen. Some females will still be with a person like that,
Yeah.
and I'm not, to each his own.
Hmm.
It's just not for me. That's not for me because I have a whole entire daughter. You get what I'm saying? Like I could have caught a STD or HIV and my life would have been ruined.
Hmm.
But I didn't. I didn't. By the grace of God, thank you, God. But it's just he didn't allow me to make my choice. He
Yeah.
made it for me. And what's crazy is I asked him behind the scenes before that. When I found out about that situation from the guy, I went to him. I said, someone is trying to ruin our family and I need you to handle this situation. I
Hmm.
went to him and I went to his mother. I told the person that gave me the information, I said, I'm about to tell him what's going on. So I told him that. but it was too late because it was already out there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was already out there, right? But if I told you and you still looked me in my face and lied to me, like, what is there else to talk about?
Mm.
You know? And what's crazy is I never got an apology.
I was just about to ask you that.
I never got an apology.
Was
He,
everything
it,
put against you?
everything was my fault
Yeah.
from the whole entire family. The whole entire family turned on me and was like, I'm like, dang, but I didn't expose you. I'm the one was minding my business and being there still for you. And now it's my fault because my name is on the line. My character is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
People was wondering why you're not gonna say anything about this. What you so you acting like you don't know that that's in. I got a whole daughter,
Yeah.
so it's like it just put me. It had put me in a box where I was in isolation, and that went to I didn't trust nobody.
Mm.
I stopped trusting. I'm like, okay, this is too much. Cause I ain't never dealt with something like this before, and especially had to deal with it by myself. I didn't have all my family around me to give me a hug,
Yeah.
to be there for me. I'm by myself in a whole different state,
Mm-hmm.
and like I mean, I could pick up the phone and call them, but they might be busy, that they can't even answer the phone. That's why I said you got to check on your loved ones
Yeah.
because they go through things privately, and they pretty much need somebody to check on them. Like you check on me, and you just gotta check on your loved ones.
Yeah.
You can't be so busy with life that you can't pick up the phone or text them.
For a
You
couple.
good?
Yeah.
Everything okay with you?
Yeah.
Do you need it? Sometimes I just need a hug, or just it's just talk 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I know you got a life. I know everybody got a life, but it's like you be strong for everybody else, but who's strong for you? Nobody's,
Yeah.
but yourself. So that's why you keep going and going, but God pretty much put you in a still position, and now you're still. And the still is like a healing because it's like now you're seeing things in a different light, in a different version, and your story is still being like written,
Mm-hmm.
and you just don't want to plan ahead. You just want to just take it day by day, you know?
Did the fire happen after or before
It
then?
happened before, and I never dealt with that. I never cried until now.
Is that the place where he used to stay in with you?
He stayed there for a little bit, yeah, because it was back and forth. But and even that, like, it's just like things has, how things just happen back to back in your life, and you just don't take a moment to cry.
Mhm.
You just keep going. You don't stop. You just keep going. But that one moment, I think I want to say 2 months ago, like after everything pretty much like actually, yeah, everything was out there, right? 2 months from the situation. So the situation's been gone almost a year now, right? I'm driving and I like for the first time I'm back in Dallas, and ever since the situation happened, you just been on go. You've been traveling. You've been going to do a movie. Then you're going to do this. Then you're just traveling out of town. Just you're keeping busy. You keeping yourself busy so you won't have to think about it, and you would just so it can just erase out of everything. But then you just be still. So I'm driving, and all I know is I think they said I had like a anxiety attack. Like basically, it was just so much happening, and I had to park the car. Like it's like my heart was pounding. It was just so much going on, but it was just basically they said that of everything that has happened, and I finally, when I parked the car, besides being on here today, I cried about everything. But I guess that was called releasing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was alone when I did it. So that right there told me that I needed to be still.
This in that moment was after the fire,
Yeah.
or did you say that
No,
was
this is after the situation. The
after the
fire, I was
situation?
still going. I
The
didn't
fire, you were
stop.
still
I
going.
had to get a place. You know, I'm homeless. I was homeless. I was
That's
on
what I want.
TV and I was homeless. I didn't have nothing but the clothes that I had on.
Yeah.
My daughter didn't have anything. Everything was gone. Two of my dogs died in the fire. So it's like, what do you do when everything that I had company stuff, just different things, and all that's gone? Like you go to your home and you have nothing. Like some people will take their life because they ain't got nothing. How do you start over? You keep going.
Yeah.
I kept going. I never stopped and cried because I knew I was a mother. I had to find another home for my child. I just like, okay, I can't stop. I gotta keep going. Cause ain't nobody gonna look out for Chevelle but Chevelle.
And he was still locked up during this time.
No, he wasn't
He was
locked up.
out, but
Yeah.
you talked to him through the process.
No,
You
he
said you
actually,
were alone.
yeah, I was alone. That means that when I had the fire, he was in a different state.
Yeah, but y'all were married at
No,
the
I was
time.
never married.
Oh, y'all never were married.
We never got married.
Okay.
No. I was just I was he was in a different state. I was still alone because I didn't have no help.
Yeah.
So how you gonna be in a relationship with somebody and you still ain't got no help? Make that make sense. So I was in a relationship, but I was still alone. You know how some people now is in relationships and they're still alone. They're not happy. I know a couple people that's married
No, for
that's
sure.
not happy. You get what I'm saying? I know a couple people that's just not happy. You're in a space, and I could talk for myself. I was not happy. I was in a relationship not happy. And I'm just like, I'm not wanna no, I'm not doing that no more. I want to be happy every day. I want peace every day.
Yeah.
I want joy. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do, whatever life is gonna bring. Cause I felt like, okay, the attachment, the years. It's like, okay, yeah, we've been together for some years. We can work this out. We can go through it. But no, like your happiness is everything. And if you're not happy, you have to find that happy.
Yeah.
And you got to make yourself happy. Not the person can make you happy, but you got to be happy within yourself. If you're not happy within yourself, then how you supposed to be happy and love somebody else?
Yeah. Maybe that fire was a sign of needing to burn everything that you thought was a home. Everything that you thought, because you were in a house, but you didn't have a home. Maybe that fire was to show you that, and maybe the homeless part was to show you that you don't need anybody but God.
Yeah.
So you're not truly homeless. You just moving through life in a different type of way.
And
You're
it,
homeless physically, but you,
yeah, but that was part of ignoring ingredients. Once again, I
but
ignored it.
I mean, we ignore ingredients all through life. It ain't just
We do, but
relationships.
it's like, when are you gonna just
Yeah.
read the ingredients from what it is telling you?
Or make your own cake. Get in that good word.
Yeah.
get closer to, yeah.
And that's all. That's what that has pretty much made me. Is called self love. Basically, finding out who I am and what I like, and restarting my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you could just press that. You could start your life so many times you want. You know, it's whether it's yesterday, I'm restarting again the next day.
Yeah.
I'm still going. I'm still going. That there's not a set of many. You can restart it whenever you want to. That's what's part of, that's what life is about, is restarting and keep going and trusting the process through everything that you're going through. Sometimes you want to give up, but do you give up? No, you keep going. Oh, something new happening, so you restarting that button. Okay, let me restart that button. Let me restart that button. Let me restart that button. You just
Yeah.
restarting. And it's okay to
And
restart. Some
it's
people
okay to
some
restart.
people is scared to restart. They scared of, but we fall for a reason, because that fall lands us to a beautiful version of where we're trying to go. We got to go through mistakes. I mean, we're not perfect, or we're supposed to go through things to help us become better and stronger and wiser.
Usually at this point of the show, I ask people to leave us marked out. But I feel like what you just said was, but if you
Yeah.
still have something you want to give us, you can mark us out. But what you just said was,
Uh, I would just say trust the process and everything that you go through in life. You don't have to just do something just because you want to do it. Just reevaluate it, be still, and always understand that you can always start over as many times as you want to, because it's your life.
this right here is strength.
Yeah.
The healing and all of that, the being able to be transparent in this type of way on a platform, that's strength. To get back up after what you done been through, that's strength.
That's a lot,
Especially,
because a lot of people will be like, they can people want to walk in your shoes, but they just don't understand. Like, if you want to, you can have them,
yeah,
walk in them, but just understand it's a lot that comes with it. Don't look at everything just because it's on TV. Don't you only know a 3 minute clip of somebody's life, instead of knowing like the full version. But TV gonna do whatever they want to do, right?
yeah,
To bring the ratings, right?
for sure. Like I said, I knew you since you was a little fast. Like, I'm proud of you. I love you. I
Love you too.
appreciate you coming through here and blessing us.
Absolutely.
Want to pray us out?
Yes. Dear God, come to you humble. Thank you for allowing me to even be on this platform. Thank you for allowing a healing version of me. I pray for more better days. I pray for more healing. I pray for understanding. I pray for more peace. God, I thank you for covering me. I thank you for covering these kings that's upon me right now, God, for allowing them to pretty much be in the presence, and Father God, to for my understanding. I pray for better days. I pray, God, that you cover and protect at all costs.
Yes, ma'am.
I pray for everyone's mental, because everyone go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone go through it. And I pray for when they feel weak or feel like they can't go, they can still go. And you give them that button to restart. God, I thank you.
Thank
I thank you for the blessings. I thank you for the prosperity. I thank you for everything that you're going to do, even before we even see it.
you. Mm-hmm.
I thank you and I praise you and I lift your name on high. You are worthy to be praised.
Yes,
In Jesus' name I pray.
Jesus.
And God
Amen.
bless this ministry. Bless it like never before. Like bring your war of angels and surround it, Father God, and bring more peace than what it is, Father God, because it's so peaceful. And I thank you. In Jesus' name I pray.
Jesus'
Amen.
name. Amen.
Because this room is peace. And that helped it a little bit, to bring,
That's
but
funny.
it's like when you go, you can't, a lot of people want me to come on a podcast, but it's like, and they have entourages. Like they have so many people there waiting, like, oh, there go, you know. Because I walked away from one of them, like, because it was so many people. It's like, dang, you didn't tell me all these people was going to be in here. But this was just like genuine. It was like, no, you know, like not loud. It
That's
was
dope.
peace. And you can't get that from a lot of people. You
Yeah.
can't get what you just did. Like you said, you've been knowing me. It's like growth upon you,
Yeah.
watching you talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And off the record, like,
Whoa. Okay, the camera's still on. You said off the record.
oh, nothing bad or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
No.
said off the record, so I didn't
Oh,
want to catch you off guard.
oh
Like,
no. Okay,
you
okay, okay,
cool
okay,
with the
okay.
camera still going?
Huh?
You said off the record.
Oh,
So
yeah.
do you?
Yeah.
Let me close it up. The goal is to leave a lasting imprint on their minds and their hearts. We pray you've been indelibly marked. No,